So let's start the process. So we start with our first pointer, which is understanding the customers. Now please remember, understanding the customer should result in winning the customer's confidence, and that's the key element. How are we going to do that? Let's take an example. I'm working at a retail outlet store of a mobile sales unit, and I'm standing in the counter, and how I try to visually analyze and understand the customer. So I see that there is a person who is walking in to the store towards me, and he's wearing a blazer and he has a tie, or maybe just like a tuxedo. So the visual understanding I should have is he's a professional person and he's looking at maybe a mobile phone for himself, which is more into business. So I should frame my mind in such a way that he should have the best phone which has the efficient email access, the speedest or the most efficient RAM access, and maybe the storage space, which is 64 GB or maybe 126 GB. Now how I'm going to put this across is the key element, okay? And that's one piece at policyhouse.com. We have named it as confidence builders. So here is what I'm going to put across. Hey sir, after I understood the customer, based on your request and the requirements, Policy House or the mobile store, whatever the name is, we have an amazing product which includes the email efficiency. It has 4 GB of RAM, and it also has a storage facility which is 126 GB, which is going to be fantastic for you, and believe me, it's going to cost you just 10K. Now this is where, as a salesperson, the visual understanding makes an impact. Great. Now once we visually understand, that's where I stopped it, right? The ultimate aim of all of us as sales executives or sales associates is to make sure we win the confidence of the customer, thereby hitting our revenue numbers and also achieving our company targets. Okay? Now let's elaborate point number 1, which is understanding your customer. At policyhouse.com, we have simple 4C system. Now when I say C stands for Charlie. Now we have classified the 4 C's into a easier segment so all of you guys can understand. The first C stands for car, which is CAR, just like the word or the car itself. Now why is it important? Because when the customer calls in, as a sales executive or an associate, you need to understand what type of a car it is. It will only make it easier for you, you know. When you understand that, is it an SUV, is it a sedan, is it a pickup truck, or is it a commercial vehicle like a school bus? So once you understand that, it's easier for you to pitch in the policy. The second part in the car category will be the make. You need to understand is because the policies differ based on the make of the car. So you need to understand, is it a Toyota, is it a Mercedes, is it a Benz, anything, Cadillac, you name it. So you need to understand the make and also the model of the car, because the variants, different variants, it could be a 4-cylinder, it could be a 6-cylinder, we do not know. So you need to understand that from the customer. Now we are not done yet. There is a fourth element under C, which is called the year of manufacture, because you need to know, is it manufactured in 1998, 2000, 2012, because anything prior, 3 years prior to the manufacturing, there are different criteria. So you need to understand those as well. So please remember, under the C number 1 category, which is the car, you need to check with the customer the type, the make, the model, and the manufacturing year. Don't forget these 4 elements, okay?
So Sharad, as an experienced consultant, right, you guys now have your own way of getting information from the customers, especially those details that you need to do the first few steps of generating a quote, right?
Yeah.
So how do you do that? First of all, I would like to understand what are the first few things that you ask from the customer, and how do you go about with your conversation?
Yeah, like first we call the customer. The normal call start from we greeting the customer, and the customer is respond like the same way. We can directly ask, may I know your car details?
Okay.
Some customers like they initially they will provide, sir, my car detail is those, like Toyota Corolla or whatever like that. So in that case, we can directly ask the customer what is the policy expiry date,
Okay.
present insurance expiry date, like which insurance it was,
Okay.
like that. But some customers will not respond like, sir, if I said hi sir, yeah, tell me. Okay, it's not a normal. So we can ask, sir, how are you? In that way we can
Build a rapport.
build a rapport with the customer. But most of customers will not provide more details. They will only provide car, year, make, model,
Okay.
and current insurance type.
Right. Now, when you get the details for your car, make, model, when they convey, like this is the model of my car, say it's a Nissan Sunny.
Nissan Sunny.
How do you respond to that response that the customer gives you?
Once we get the car, year, make, model, then we can ask, the reply like, sir, can you please tell the current insurance type?
Okay.
So the customer can provide, let's say, TPL. Then we can ask, it's expiry or not.
Okay.
Okay. So we can automatically calculate it how much we can able to provide
Okay.
for this year. Like some customers said TPL. Please set the premium.
Okay.
So in that case, we just tell the Nissan Sunny, okay, we know how much premium it will come maximum.
Right.
So we will provide, sir, this much premium we can provide to you. And if you can able to send the documents or tell the full details to me, I can give a better price. So in that case, of course, customer will set. Most of the customer will looking for a cheaper price.
Right. So when you, especially when it comes to a comprehensive cover, and you need to get the value of the vehicle from the customer.
Right.
Do customers always know the value of the vehicle, or how do you get that information without getting the customer to do a lot of
Questions.
Yeah.
Like most of the customers didn't know how much the car value last year.
Yes.
So in that case, they will only provide the year, make, model. So we have some insurance portal. We just need to put it, the year, make, model,
Okay.
and we can know how much the car value we can provide for this time.
Alright.
So if we got a 20,000 car value, approximately all the insurance portal has 20, 22, 23, that range we will get.
Okay.
So we can share on the call, we can share the car value to the customer. So in that time, customer tell, okay, it's good. Sometimes the customer said, we need more car value. So at that time we can ask, can you please provide the last year policy document? So we can provide that.
Okay, all right. So accordingly, based on the year of the vehicle, you will give information to the customer if that car is eligible for comprehensive.
Yeah, full cover, third party, agency, like.
All right. So what's the difference? Like, for how many years would you be able to give a comprehensive with agency? For how many years will you be able to give a comprehensive with non-agency, TPL?
Like if a fresh new vehicle, we can provide the agency repair. The customer also looking for the agency, and maximum 2 year we can provide the agency repair. Up to current day, 2 year back we can provide the agency repair.
Right.
But from that we can provide the only comprehensive normal workshops. 2008 we can provide the comprehensive.
Okay.
But from that only the third party.
All right. Okay.
Some customer is asking for the full cover, but some insurance portal is there. Like 2006 model, we can get it from Adamji, but we need to send a request to the insurance company whether they accept or not. But at the call, we cannot confirm the customer, sir, I'm sure I will get the quotation, full cover quotation, but no. We just send a request. As per their requirement, as per their accepting, we can provide.
We can provide. So that's all about understanding the car of the customer.
Yes.
So you definitely ask about the type.
Type, year, make, model.
So type as in what are the different types that you get inquiries for?
I mean, type means like
the SUV category. Or
like SUV and sedan.
Okay.
Mostly we are doing, I mean, most inquiry comes under sedan and SUV. So the sedan part, it comes under all the same rate, like TPL 630.
Okay.
Like, but difference is there as per the cylinder wise.
Right.
4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, the rate would be changed. And the same way, third party SUV, 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder, the rate would be changed. But if we ask the customer need the third party, the next question is, sir, it's a how many cylinder?
Right. Okay.
Sometimes the customer doesn't know, but most of them know how many cylinder for this vehicle. And if the customer said the cylinder, then we can easily calculate, sir, if you don't have any claim for this much years, we can able to provide this car value.
Right. Okay. How do you understand or create a profile about the customer? Like,
okay, like there might be customers who are very well willing to give the give the details upfront, and there might be people who will be a little bit skeptical, and they might just think, okay, I want to know the premium first, then only I'm going to give out my details. So it's all a matter of asking the right questions. Like, okay, fine, like I ask them, just give me, sir, your basic details, just tell me what your vehicle is. So they might just tell, okay, I have a 2010 Lancer. That's kind of enough for us to give out a premium first. Okay, so we'll put it in such a way that, okay, sir, I can do it for 1092 subject to conditions. So you're okay, what are your conditions? So then I can go ahead and say, okay, so your driving license should be 3 years old, you should be above the age of 25, so I can give you this rate if you don't have accidents during the last 3 years with this car. So I have put all my questions in an answer form to them. So he will agree to each of this. So again, I have my answers. So finally we agree to a premium. Then if I'm okay, sir, can you send me your Mulkiya driving license and Emirate ID? He will be more than happy to do that.
so what if you face a customer sort of says that, do I have to share my documents, or they do not have it to share to you upfront? How do you manage?
Of course, that is quite common actually, because people are a little bit afraid to share their Emirates ID.
Yeah.
So the thing that we have to reassure them is, sir, okay, at the time of taking a quote, I don't need your Emirate ID. Okay, I'll just put a dummy number and I'll generate a quote. But at the time of issuance, due to the anti-money laundering issue that we have going on right now, the insurance companies has made it mandatory to update the particular detail. Just convey this information to them, and they will be happy to give that to you. Okay. Only the first call, it will be a problem. The simultaneous call, I don't think customers will have a problem with sharing any of their details.
Right. So you get information. What kind of information regarding the vehicle do you get from the customer?
Okay, like the vehicle, the basic is the make, year, make and model. Because that itself says whether they are looking for a third party or a full insurance. But it is, of course, just go by the flow. Ask them which is the vehicle, they might give you the vehicle first, then ask them which is the model and which type of insurance is at present is the form of cover they have, and what are their plans for the future. Do they plan to take a full insurance, or is it a third party? And if they are going to go by a full insurance, just ask them for the car value. So it will also give us a basic idea of what sort of premium we are dealing with. So if it is a high value vehicle, let's say the vehicle value is over 100,000, it might not be possible for us to give out a premium upfront. So I'll have to check it up with my underwriter. So the thing I have to assure them is that, okay, fine, sir, I might be able to do it for so and so rate. 1.9 might be possible with your case. Just give me some time, I'll just work out the rate and I'll get back to you right away. And would you mind sharing your Mulkiya and driving license? It will enable me to get the codes faster. That's how we put it across to them.
Right. And based on the make year, I'm sure we have multiple options that we can give the customer based on the make year of the vehicle. How do you handle that?
Usually like up to 10 years. That is right now till 2010 is what we can give a full insurance cover for. Of course it is possible, above that also it is possible, but the companies that does that is very few, and the rate is also very different. It is not going to be the IA default rate of 1365. There is going to be a loading factor, because the risk is more.
Right.
The vehicle value as it comes down, in the event of an accident, there is a big chance of a vehicle going into total loss. So these are the things that we have to consider before giving out a premium to them. So just be patient, tell them these are the factors. I can of course do a full insurance, but just give me some time, let me just work out the rates first, then I'll get back to you with a quote. That is the best suggestion in case of a vehicle above 10 years. If it is under 10 years, it is very easy. Most of the about 9 to 10 companies will easily give you a very good rate. Okay. So of course the model year is a big factor, and just make sure that all the models may not be dealt with by every insurance companies. There are exceptions to certain vehicles, like Mazda is not dealt with by New India Assurance. So all these things has to be, out of experience we have to know which portal deals with what vehicles. Okay, otherwise we'll end up making a false commitment.
But say, assuming that we're just building up the experience, right? So what are some quick things that they can refer to get these details, either on call or they can immediately respond to the customer?
Okay, right now it is possible, since our website has been developed, it is possible for the consultant to, at the time of being on the call, he can just he can pull the code from our website. So it is only a matter of 2 minutes maximum that he will know what are the rates, what are the companies that deal in those rates. So it is possible for him to, even before disconnecting the call, he can share the comparison sheet with the customer same time. So it will create a big impact in front of the customer. It will help you.
In case it is not there,
next best thing is we can say just, okay sir, I might be able to, just don't give out a false rate, just give a promise that we might be able to do it for a so and so premium. But let me just ensure that I can do it for that rate for you, sir. I don't want to give you a false commitment. That will be the best statement if you are not sure of a rate. Okay, so we'll just collect the basic details, discuss with your underwriter, call him back, give him that premium. He'll be more than happy to share his documents with you.
Let's move on to the second C. The second C stands for our very own customer. Now, when we term the word as customer, there are few things related to the customer which you need to understand. Again, there are 4 elements under the customer category. The number 1 is the age. The age is a critical element because in UAE, the classification is above 25 years, below 25 years, and anybody above 70 also has a differential policy. So the age is a critical element. Along with the age, the second pointer would be the experience they possess driving the car or the license they own within UAE. So you need to simply check how much of experience do they hold with the driving license, or how much do they hold. The third critical element would be the expiration date of the policy. Now, because we need to make sure the policy has to be tackled in 2 ways. 1, if the policy stands expired. 2, if it's a running policy. So based on that, as sales associates, we need to act. And the fourth element under the customer category will be the nationality. You need to understand if they are the citizens, which is the Emiratis, or they are the residents. When I say residents, it could be an Indian, it could be a Pakistani, Sri Lankan, Bangladeshi, differential nationality. All these 4 elements are critical to be asked and understood to cover the customer category within our 4 C's.
Now, how do you understand or create a profile about the customer? Like you will be gathering some details about the customer as well, probably his experience of driving in UAE, about his age, is it less than 25 or about 25 years, about his nationality. So when you ask these questions, how do you get the response from the customer?
Like I said, if the customers, most of the customers didn't provide any more details at the call. So they are only provide the basic details like car, year, make, model and the type of insurance they are looking, and the price range they are looking. So as per the basic details, we will provide the car value or the premium. And after that, if we confirm with the customer, sir, if you provide the document or if you provide the license or mulkiya, we can able to provide a better quote.
So how do you convince the customer to give you the documents?
Like the same, most of, the customer, the first time the customer didn't respond, like, sir, if I tell like, sir, I will send a WhatsApp message on the same number, so please forward the documents. Okay, most of the customers said okay and go. 40% is respond at the same time.
Right.
Most of them are not responding. So we call back again.
Okay.
At the same time, we will call back again
Okay.
after 2 hours or 3 hours. And we remembering that, sir, I call you in this time, please forward the document so I can arrange the quotation, I can arrange the 3 comparison sheet to you, so you can find out which one is the best for your car at this year. And I will ensuring at the same call, I will ensure that we will provide a best value or best quotation for this time.
Right.
They will come back at the same time. But the thing is, like, we will call back at the customer and once a day, 3 times at least.
You will follow up.
Yes, we will follow up the customer 3 times.
Okay. Now, what if the customer's age is? We have age restrictions, not
Yes, right.
restrictions,
But limit is there.
limits, right? Or conditions that
Yes.
apply. So, for a customer who is below 25 years of age, what kind of confidence builder can you give a customer to say that
Yes.
we can help you out?
Like right now, we don't have any option below 22 or 23 age.
Okay.
We don't have any option. So at the same, sometimes the customer said, boss, my age is 22. Can you able to provide a code? No, sir, I will. Initially, I'm not saying no, but I will try, sir, and I will get back to you at the same time. And I will check with the underwriter and team, and I will call back again the customer within no time delay, because the customer is waiting for our response as well. And sometimes we will get an overage, 60 plus.
Yes.
Yeah, so unfortunately we don't ask sir your age at the initial call, but the document received time we only check the customer age and we put the data in the insurance portal. Then normally we get the 630 premium, but we put the customer age, we get 750 or 850 like that. So we call again the customer and tell, like, sir, the age criteria is there, so we can approach some other insurance company and I will give the same price.
Okay.
But some document extra we need to add in that, like the Qatar insurance only basic license, Emirates ID, Mulkia, that's enough. But in the same criteria we will check with the Oman insurance, we need to update or some more details, and we call again the customers that the premium would be something changes there, because Qatar is the the lowest premium which we can get it, but in the Oman insurance the premium approximately the high. So we need to convince the customers this much. So if you can check in the market also, you only get this premium. So I will ensure you, like, if you come with us, we will get a good service from our side. Also, the response rate from the Oman insurances would be great. So we will convince that.
Right. Okay. So that's about understanding the customer. Trying to gather what is the insurance expiry date, understanding his age, understanding his driving experience in the UAE, and probably to an extent his nationality. Though we don't, specifically ask or respond to that to avoid any issues later.
Age of the customer is of course a big factor. Like most of the insurance companies only give out insurance to a person who is about 25 years of age. Because other age below that is considered as risky. Of course, a driving license is obtained at an age of 18. So the person might ideally be having an experience of more than 3 years, but his age should be about 25 for him to be eligible for all our discount rates.
Okay.
Or else insurance is possible, discounts may not be possible. That is a key difference. And again in UAE, the first year of driving is considered to be the most riskier. So that is the reason when under 1-year-old license is not entertained by majority of the companies, except for companies like Oman and Qatar, they might of course agree to it. And so age again plays a big role. And especially like in case of transfer and all, like we can proceed without any discount. That is the rate they will get.
So how do you convince the customer who is aged 22 and approaches to you for a insurance quote at a good rate? How how can we play around with that customer?
Okay, so the first thing, like once we have his documents, the next best thing to do is like we can say, okay sir, I can of course proceed with this. Majority of the companies might not be proceeding because of the age factor, but of course I can give you from the best. Oman is there, they will of course give you a very good rate, and for service wise you don't have to worry anything about the company because they are right at the top. You can always check for Google reviews of the company, which if the customer does, he will be more than satisfied with us. So that is the first liner that we can say about the Oman Insurance. Just tell him about the company, and he will be more than happy with that because they are big in vehicle insurance. Okay, and rate wise, of course, we will get that rate, but it will be a default rate without any discount.
Okay.
So tell him, sir, next year we will be able to discount it. Come back to us, we will give you around 10-15% discount. But this year, since your license is new or your age is just below 25, I am not able to help you out in the discount factor, but I am giving you a very good premium from the best company.
How about if it's over 60 or over 60 years?
60 years and over, of course, that is an underwriting criteria, of course. So the only thing left to do is collect the documents, just give it to our underwriter, they will refer with the concerned insurance company, and within around half an hour we might be able to give a quote to the concerned customer. It is possible, most of the companies are doing that. It's just a matter of getting it referred and approved, that's all.
How about the driving experience? How does that factor come into play?
Driving experience, like we give discounts based on the number of years a person has used a particular vehicle. So again, like if he has only used for one year, he is only eligible for a 1 year discount. That's so it directly is proportional with the discount factor. Okay, only a 3-year person with a 3-year driving experience is eligible for a 3-year discount. Simple.
Alright, okay. So it's all about giving that assurance that subject to these conditions.
Yeah, just put it in a way that okay, leave your insurance worries to me. I'm here to take care of that for you. I'm here for you to leave your tensions to me. I'll work out the premiums for you. Okay, so they might, because they maximum comparison they are going to do is they are going to pull up a comparison chart and just compare the features. And their expertise of insurance ends there.
Right.
We know more than that.
Right.
Okay, that is where we have to put in our experience. Just convince them, okay sir, this you might be going for a lower premium, but these are the disadvantages that you may have with a particular company. Okay, just each company has its own advantages, disadvantages. Okay, so just tell them. And finally, the customer should feel that he is making the choice, not that we are pushing him towards something. Okay, he should feel that okay, fine. So these are the facts. So this is what I should choose.
Right.
That is how we should present the facts to him.
Right.